Habib Riazati, we are not free. We are captive in the hand of two groups of people. So far the history shows, politician and religious leader. And how long we have to be killed or be exiled? How long we have to wait? How long bloodshed and injustice should envelop in the hand of the people and enveloping the whole world? What is the wait?
See, the reason that we created this type of environment was in answer to that question. Through education, enabling, empowering, you reduce the power of abuse. The people of the world are not educated. The number one problem is the quality of education in this country and around the world. Do not think the problems are leaders. This is a mistaken belief system. Problems are with those people who, because of lack of education, choose the leaders that in most part echoes their own selves. This is why, as far as I know, if you read Machiavelli's work, The Prince, leaders who are selfish, they want to remain in power. Power for them means to control. Power means that I do not want you to think. I do not want you to choose. I do not want you to be. So how do you do it? One way is to kill them. One way is to backbite about them. One way is to be negative. Another way is to empower yourself. To create a better world that these sufferings lead to a better leadership, rather than always trying to think changing leaders resolves the problem. Try to change the mindset. Try to change the way that people think. This is why it is important to take ownership of your own worldviews, to take ownership when you vote. You and I choose the president. You and I have enabled the clergy. You and I have enabled any system of power in the world. So the way to end this is to do exactly what that physician did. To have a firm belief and at the same time be sure that that belief is comprehensive enough that even can help you to relate to your own enemy. If the majority of the people have a healthy belief system, then they choose a better leaders. This is why majority of the thinkers, scholars, and even religion, they believe the problem of humanity is not leaders, are the people who choose those leaders. This is why I quote, it comes to me, very clear quote is from Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith. He says, when you look outwardly on appearance, you think and you feel that the leaders, religious or otherwise, have caused disorder. But and misguided people. But he says if you look with the inner eyes, it is the people who have misguided the leaders. This is a very powerful answer. This is why psychologists, sociologists, they all say, empower, enable. If you learn something about this presentation this morning. The more enabled you are, the more empowered you are, the more meaningful you are, then you can distinguish between a crafty person and a person of substance. Then when you take your hand, the privilege to vote, you do not vote based on your subjective opinions, based on what benefits the freedom of expression and the dignity of humankind. So as you can see, I did not directly answer. You wanted me to say that maybe in the afternoon you go and terror them and get them and eat them, but it doesn't work. It's a process, it's not an event.